So, Pastime has been out for a couple of days, and I know I promised a video the day after I made my very first announcement video regarding the game mode, but I felt like I didn't have enough time to be able to play. And now I do. I have a couple complaints when it comes to this game mode, and don't worry, I really enjoy it. There's just a few things that, if done, would make this one of the best game modes in the game. And I'm being serious. So I've had a lot of time to be able to play this game mode, as I'm sure a lot of you have. And yes, aside from it being a very buggy game mode at times, especially if you're playing with a really crappy player, it can be very fun. Under certain circumstances, however. I feel that the less players that you have on a server, the more fun you can have. No, that does not mean that 1v1 on the Pass Warehouse map is good. It just means that if you're playing 3v3 or 5v5, you're gonna have a lot more fun than if you're playing 12v12. At most, only 9 players should be on each team. And if you were gonna go about making a 12v12 game mode, then you kinda have to rethink the way that the game mode works. The entire point of the game is just making the ball go in the other goal. And the way things are going right now, especially if you're playing on pub servers, is that people only go after the carrier of the ball. No real teamwork or thought is going into the plays. That segues into the other big complaint I have, which is the general public's perception of the game mode itself. Just chasing after the person who has the ball is not the way to go. There should be people defending. Talking about defense also brings up another important point, and that is if you want to have a game mode that's very similar to a sport, you kind of have to rebalance the way the game is played. Most of the weapons found in TF2 are fine in this game mode, but a few of them, most importantly the sentries, should be completely removed. This is a special kind of game mode, nothing like capture points, and even though there are some comparisons to capture the flag, it's nothing like that. This game mode seems to be an extension off of manpower, but with a more obvious goal, and because of that, there have to be adjustments made to the gameplay. The sentry guns have to go, especially on the warehouse map. If you place a sentry gun in certain places, it completely dominates the game. And unless some of your scouts switch over to heavy medic, you are not going to be able to take care of it. And as most of the people that actually play the game mode know, pretty much everybody's going to be playing scouts and maybe one pyro and that one guy playing engineer. Also, if this game is going to be taking some of the ideas from manpower, like the power-ups, there should be other power-ups seen within the maps. The speed boost should not be the only thing found. No, I do not think you should directly port over the power-ups that are already in manpower, but a lot of different things could be added within this game to be able to make a bigger dynamic than just speed boosts in a bunch of different places on the map. And while talking about the maps, I should bring up my own opinion of Warehouse. Warehouse is not a good map to be able to demonstrate this game mode. It's very narrow, which I understand is the way these maps are supposed to go, especially for a sports-themed game mode, but it's way too long. There are way too many choke points and little areas that you can get stuck in, especially if you're trying to run away with the jack. I understand that once new maps are added into the game, there will be other ways you can play Pastime, but at the current point, the only map you can play is Warehouse, and it's just not that good. And lastly, there should be class limits on this game mode. Like I said before, pretty much anybody that plays this game mode ends up playing Scout, because the Scout is the best class to play on this game mode. He's the fastest, he jumps a lot, and his gun is very easy to use, especially in fast situations. But the game mode itself should just be generally sped up for all the classes. This is supposed to be a very fast-paced game mode, and unless you're playing Scout, you're not playing a fast-paced game. So generally, balancing out the classes in a completely different way, specifically just for this game mode, should be done. Unless you just want this to be Scout Ball, in which case, name it that. Make it so that people can just play Scout. If you want the other classes to be available for people to play, make them just as attractive to play as the Scout. They don't have to be as fast, but they could have other things happen within the game mode that could make them also worth playing. I do understand this is a beta game mode that was just released, but these are just a few of my ideas that I feel that Bad Robot should use somehow within the future of the game. That is what I think about this new Pastime game mode, and yes, I do think it has quite a good future, and if done correctly, it could become another very large competitive game mode. I really enjoy this game mode in the best situations, meaning at least 3v3 or 4v4, and in the correct map with new power-ups and the right balance changes, this honestly could become one of the best Team Fortress 2 game modes we've ever had. So thanks for watching, guys. As you know, I'm Tyler McVicker. This is Valve News Network. Why don't you like, favorite, comment, subscribe? It really helps me out. Why don't you check out my live streaming channel down in the description. It's Valve News Extra. I know I haven't been streaming lately, but I will be soon, and a lot more frequently. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. Adios.